So, you see, I already need a lot of time just to explain the map, but I hope you get at least the essence. Yeah. I would say that the single approaches, if you only were to rely on them, it is there will be many open ends. But if you put all this together, then one might end up with a comprehensive framework, which really can help to explain the empirical facts about behavior, as in the case of money. Well, let me...
just one comment. I think truly Cosmides theory doesn't really fit in this scheme because your view is more fixed, sort of. I mean, brain function is a sort of fixed in long time. They don't really consider how cognitive capacity goes.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay, but...
No, I perfectly understand what you mean.
Yeah.
But this is one reason why I choose money. Because I think money is really central, and in the case of money, one could argue that there is indeed even a connection to some structures, cognitive, emotional, which do have this a feature of long-run stability, and in this sense, Darwinian. I wouldn't claim that the same principle applies for other institutions. Yeah. So precisely for that reason. Yeah. But this is why I emphasized initially what is my problem. My problem is, in a sense, to show that this sort of generalized Darwinism approach can work. And I think money is a very good example. If you have other institutions, may not work as well, but that does not contradict this, because you have emergence. I mean, I will, in the end, I don't think I reach the end of the presentation, but in the end, I clearly also state, well, this is, in a sense, about the foundations of money. If you look at the central banker, yeah, who deals with money, I mean, the quantity of money, monetary policy, of course, this is totally disconnected. I mean, you have you investigate into the foundations of the social institution, but the social institution also evolves, and there are additional institutions, step by step, and some of those institutions even evolve because they contain the impact of this legacy, yeah, of, for example, philosophy. Yeah, in the sense even that institutions evolve which make people rational. But the point is, they are not rational by nature. They become rational, for example, as traders, because there is a setting, yeah, which causes them to behave as rational agents. Yeah, and in the case of those people, you wouldn't say, okay, their behavior can be reduced to evolutionary psychology principles. But in a sense, the other way around, you can say precisely because they behave differently, and there are so many specific conditions that they are able to do it. This also shows that there is such a strong role of those primordial emotions. Yeah? And the same you can say about many other behavioral drives, sexuality, and in my paper I have a brief comment, for example, on food habits. That's the same thing. Yeah? Food habits, of course, there is obviously a very strong root in phylogeny, but that does not mean that all institutions related to food habits can be reduced in that way. Okay, so maybe I just overview, in a sense, what I did in the paper, and so then, if you are interested, you can follow up in reading the paper. I mean, one central empirical fact that, or a set of facts that I use is what I just call money emotions. The simple fact that money is beyond the scope of highly regularized uses of money, like in financial markets or central banking and so forth. In all other contexts, money is an institution which involves many emotions. Yeah? And this fact is, I think, more or less confirmed by what I regard as a central result in recent neuroeconomic research, and this is that money activates the same reward mechanisms, neurophysiological reward mechanisms related to the neurotransmitter dopamine, as other items which produce pleasure. Yeah? And for example, Colin Kammerer therefore says, okay, money is different from what economists so far thought, because in standard theory, money is just a way. It's a tool to conduct transactions. But if you look at the way how people react on money in a number of contexts and experiments and so forth, and if you look at the brain imaging applications in that context, there seems to be clear evidence that money produces utility. I mean, in the language of the economist. I just mentioned one interesting evidence, and this is money illusion. Money illusion was a topic of a much quoted paper by Löwenstein and others in 1997, I think, where they collected all the evidence that there is money illusion. Yeah. And recently, some researchers, by the way, in Germany, related to Bonn, they did also brain imaging studies on, they conducted the same experiments, but with brain imaging techniques involved, and they could show that there is money illusion. Money illusion in the sense, for example, if you have two different decision situations, and one is in an inflationary context, yeah, and one non-inflationary. And you have the same real loss. But in the inflationary context, the same real loss might still be connected with a nominal gain. Yeah? Then what can be shown even by brain imaging techniques is that people feel more happy if they still have the nominal gain, although it is the same real loss. So money illusion is a fact. And we also know this from everyday life. So, for example, the strange observation that people do not rationally take into account the costs of the many flat rate or free rate offers in many contexts, you know, like international flights or credit card use and so on. They seem to be happy with the fact that in that case they don't feel that they give money away. Yeah, it is hidden from them, but as rational agents they of course should be